The dreaded hour arrives. Perhaps it's 2 a.m. or maybe 3:30 a.m., but the outcome is always the same, that all too familiar, insistent urge that wrenches you from the deepest fragments of sleep. Your eyes, gritty and weary, reluctantly flutter open. Your body, aching for uninterrupted rest, begrudgingly begins the nightly pilgrimage to the bathroom. It's not just once, is it? More often than not, it's a repeated, frustrating cycle, leaving you stumble-footed and disoriented in the dim pre-dawn gloom, desperately navigating familiar hallways that suddenly feel like a hazardous obstacle course. Meanwhile, beside you, your partner remains blissfully unaware, lost in a serene, deep slumber that feels like a cruel taunt. A heavy sigh escapes your lips as you stand there, half awake, wondering, is this truly my new normal? Is this just an inevitable, disheartening chapter of getting older? For far too long, millions have accepted this exhausting reality. They've silently resigned themselves to chronic fatigue, to the gnawing fear of tripping in the dark, and to the heartbreaking belief that a full night's sleep is an indulgence they'll never experience again. They tell themselves it's just part of aging, and in doing so, they unknowingly surrender their energy, their mental clarity, and their very vitality for the day ahead. This constant nocturnal interruption doesn't just steal hours from your night. It relentlessly erodes the quality of your waking life, transforming vibrant days into a hazy struggle against exhaustion. But what if I told you that this pervasive, life-draining cycle is not your destiny? What if I revealed that you don't have to meekly accept a life defined by fragmented sleep and perpetual exhaustion? My name is Dr. Grace Prescott, and as a physician who has dedicated over 2 decades of my career to meticulously studying the intricate workings of the bladder and urinary system, I've seen firsthand the despair this condition inflicts. Thousands of men and women just like you have walked into my office, their faces etched with desperation, their spirits dimmed by hopelessness. They believed their fate was sealed, yet time and again I have had the profound privilege of witnessing truly incredible, life-altering transformations. Today, I'm not here to offer you generic, fleeting advice that merely scratches the surface of the problem. Instead, I am poised to share with you a groundbreaking yet remarkably simple core strategy from the field of urology, a method focused not just on how to drink water, but even more critically on when to drink it. This isn't just about reducing bathroom trips, it's about finally reclaiming your nights, your mornings, and ultimately your entire life. It is a technique so logical, so fundamentally sound, and yet so shockingly overlooked by mainstream understanding that you will undoubtedly marvel at why you didn't discover it years ago. Remain with me, because the profound knowledge I am about to impart will not merely change your nights. It has the very real power to fundamentally transform your life, unlocking a level of rest and rejuvenation you might have thought was forever out of reach. Before we dive into this empowering solution, it's absolutely vital that you grasp the true, unsettling scope of this problem. Do you realize that a staggering proportion of adults over the age of 60, up to 70%, find themselves waking at least once every single night with the urge to urinate? And for a significant number of these individuals, it's not just one trip. It's 2, 3, or even more times, each an agonizing interruption to precious sleep. This widespread phenomenon has a clinical name, nocturia. And let me be unequivocally clear on this point. While it may be common, it is unequivocally not normal. This isn't some benign, unavoidable consequence of aging that you simply have to endure. It is, in fact, a blaring siren in the dead of night, a crucial warning signal emanating from deep within your body, and the consequences of choosing to ignore it are far more profound and perilous than most people ever dare to imagine. Stick with me to the very end of this discussion, because I will not only illuminate the precise reasons why this happens, but I will also unveil the exact step-by-step strategy, the very method we meticulously teach our patients, to decisively break free from this exhausting, health-damaging cycle. I promise you, the ultimate revelation could genuinely change your nights and therefore your days forever. Don't let another moment of precious sleep slip away. The hidden dangers lurking in the dark. We often refer to nocturia as a silent epidemic, and for profoundly important reasons. It's a condition that people rarely discuss openly, choosing instead to suffer in isolated privacy, often shrouded in a cloak of shame, embarrassment, or simply weary resignation. The pervasive silence surrounding it allows its destructive impact to remain largely unnoticed by society at large, even as it quietly undermines the health and well-being of millions. However, within the confidential walls of my office, I have heard the raw, unfiltered stories, the heartbreaking truths that illustrate the true cost of this affliction. I've listened to Michael, a 72-year-old grandfather whose greatest joy was meticulously crafting intricate model ships in bottles, a hobby he was forced to abandon because his hands began to tremble uncontrollably from the sheer, unrelenting lack of restorative sleep. His dexterity, his passion, his connection to his own identity all slowly withered away under the siege of chronic exhaustion. Then there was Susan, a vibrant 68-year-old retired teacher whose independent spirit was tragically shattered after she suffered a devastating fall and fractured her hip during one of her disorienting nighttime bathroom excursions. That single life-altering accident didn't just cost her mobility, it stole her cherished independence, forcing her into a dependency she had always fiercely resisted. These are not mere isolated anecdotes, they represent the stark, unvarnished reality faced by countless individuals whose lives are irrevocably altered by unaddressed nocturia. The insidious problem extends far beyond simply feeling a bit tired. There are genuine, tangible dangers lurking behind every one of those unwanted bathroom trips. Let us speak plainly and directly about the very real hazards that accompany these nocturnal disturbances. First and foremost is the significantly elevated risk of falls. Imagine this scenario. You're jolted awake from a deep sleep, your mind still clouded with lingering dreams, your body heavy with fatigue. You stand up, your balance still compromised by sleep inertia, and you begin to navigate your way in the unfamiliar, shadowy darkness of your home. The path to the bathroom, usually so familiar, transforms into a treacherous obstacle course. A misplaced rug, a piece of furniture subtly out of place, a pet unexpectedly underfoot. In this vulnerable, half-asleep state, your reflexes are dulled, your spatial awareness is diminished, and a simple stumble can rapidly escalate into a catastrophic injury. For older adults in particular, a hip fracture is not merely a temporary setback. It can often mark the alarming onset of a rapid and irreversible decline in overall health and functional independence, profoundly altering the trajectory of their remaining years. Secondly, and perhaps more subtly, but equally devastatingly, is the profound impact on your cognitive health. Deep, uninterrupted sleep is not, as many mistakenly believe, a luxurious indulgence. It is an absolute biological necessity for optimal brain function. During these crucial periods of profound rest, your brain undertakes a vital housekeeping process. It diligently consolidates memories, processes information absorbed throughout the day, and, crucially, flushes out metabolic toxins and waste products that accumulate during waking hours. When your sleep is repeatedly fragmented, night after agonizing night, this essential cleansing and restorative process simply cannot occur effectively or completely. The direct immediate consequence manifests as that dreaded brain fog, a pervasive difficulty concentrating, noticeable impairments in memory recall, and a general sensation of mental sluggishness. Over extended periods, this chronic deprivation of quality sleep isn't just an annoyance. Emerging research strongly suggests a significantly higher risk of developing serious neurodegenerative diseases. It's not simply the passage of time or the natural process of aging that makes you feel forgetful or mentally dull. More often than not, it is the devastating absence of consistent, high-quality, restorative sleep that is silently eroding your cognitive capabilities. Thirdly, consider the immense, often overlooked strain placed upon your heart and entire cardiovascular system. Each time you are abruptly startled awake from sleep by the urgent call of your bladder, your body automatically triggers a stress response. This physiological reaction unleashes a cascade of stress hormones into your bloodstream, causing an immediate and noticeable spike in both your blood pressure and your heart rate. If this jarring cycle of sudden arousal and physiological stress repeats itself multiple times throughout the night, you are effectively subjecting your cardiovascular system to a relentless, repetitive barrage of undue stress. It's akin to continually revving a car engine without ever letting it settle. Numerous reputable studies have drawn compelling links between severe nocturia and a substantially higher risk of developing chronic hypertension, high blood pressure, and other serious, potentially life-threatening cardiac issues. Your heart, like any other overworked muscle, needs its period of rest, and nocturia relentlessly denies it that crucial downtime. And finally, we must acknowledge the pervasive and deeply personal emotional toll. Chronic fatigue, the relentless shadow cast by interrupted sleep, has a sinister way of stealing your joy. Slowly but surely, it makes you irritable, snapping at loved ones for minor transgressions. It fuels anxiety, creating a constant hum of unease. It can tragically be a direct pathway to depression, wrapping you in a blanket of hopelessness and apathy. It insidiously pulls you away from the activities you once cherished, from the people who bring light into your life, and from the very essence of who you are. You find yourself trapped within a suffocating cycle of exhaustion that feels almost impossible to escape. The vibrant, engaged, and joyful person you once were slowly recedes, replaced by a shadow of your former self. Understanding these profound consequences is the critical first step towards understanding the urgent necessity of addressing nocturia, not just as a minor inconvenience, but as a serious threat to your overall health and quality of life. Unmasking the culprits. Why our bodies seem to betray our sleep as we age. Having acknowledged the formidable challenges posed by nocturia, it's natural to ask, why does this happen, especially as we age? Is it truly an inevitable part of the aging process, or are there specific physiological mechanisms at play that we can understand and crucially influence? The answer lies in a combination of several interconnected biological changes that typically occur over time, creating a perfect storm for nighttime awakenings. Understanding these root causes is paramount, as it allows us to develop targeted strategies rather than resorting to ineffective guesswork. Firstly, a significant factor is the age-related decrease in your body's production of antidiuretic hormone, or ADH, particularly at night. This hormone plays a pivotal role in regulating your body's water balance. During your younger years, as night approaches, your brain releases more ADH, which acts as a gentle internal command to your kidneys, telling them to slow down their urine production considerably while you sleep. Think of it like a biological dimmer switch for your internal urine factory. With less ADH being produced as you get older, this crucial dimmer switch no longer works as effectively. The result, your kidneys continue to churn out urine at a much higher rate throughout the night, essentially operating at full speed even when your body is trying to rest, leading to a much larger volume of urine that your bladder then has to contend with, inevitably waking you up. Secondly, while often cited, it's worth noting that your bladder capacity may also subtly decrease with age. The bladder is a muscle, and like other muscles, it can become less elastic and efficient over time. This means it might not be able to hold as much urine comfortably as it once did. Even if your kidneys were producing a normal amount of urine at night, a smaller functional bladder capacity would mean it fills up faster, triggering the urge to urinate more frequently. It's like having a smaller gas tank. Even if your fuel consumption is normal, you'll need to refuel more often. And thirdly, a factor that many people and even some healthcare professionals are surprisingly unaware of is fluid redistribution. This phenomenon is a silent yet powerful contributor to nocturnal urination. If you notice a slight swelling or puffiness in your ankles and lower legs by the end of the day, a common occurrence, especially if you spend a lot of time sitting or standing, that fluid doesn't simply vanish into thin air. When you finally lie down to sleep at night, gravity, which had previously been holding that excess fluid in your lower extremities, ceases to exert its downward pull. This accumulated fluid then begins a slow but steady journey, returning from your legs and back into your main bloodstream. Once it's back in circulation, your diligent kidneys detect this increased fluid volume and immediately go to work to filter it out. And where does all that filtered fluid end up? You guessed it, in your bladder, often a few hours after you finally drifted off to sleep, rousing you for yet another unwelcome bathroom visit. It's a physiological process that effectively fills your bladder while you're trying to sleep, independent of how much you drank right before bed. Now that we've shed light on the true gravity of this widespread problem and illuminated the scientific mechanisms that underpin it, we are perfectly positioned to dismantle the prevailing myths, and more importantly, to construct a robust, effective solution that promises to restore your nights. Shattering the myths. The common mistakes making things worse before we unveil the truly effective strategies that will transform your nights. It is absolutely crucial that we first identify and consciously cease the misguided actions that are, ironically, exacerbating the very problem we aim to solve. Many individuals, driven by the best intentions and a logical desire to reduce nighttime awakenings, inadvertently make critical mistakes that actually worsen their nocturia. It's time to forcefully shatter 3 of the most pervasive and counterproductive myths that keep countless people trapped in this exhausting cycle. Myth number 1. To avoid urinating at night, I drink as little water as possible during the day. This is, without a doubt, the most widespread error, and believe me, it is profoundly counterproductive. On the surface, it seems perfectly logical, doesn't it? Less liquid going into your body should, in theory, translate to less liquid coming out. However, your body is an incredibly complex and intelligent system, far more nuanced than this simplistic equation suggests. When you intentionally dehydrate yourself throughout the day by restricting fluid intake, your kidneys, which are responsible for filtering waste, are forced to work with less water. This results in your urine becoming highly concentrated, a darker color, often with a stronger odor. Think of this concentrated urine, not these physiological factors. You will inevitably wake up to empty it anyway. Blaming a small bladder is, in essence, a convenient but ultimately misleading excuse that prevents you from confronting and effectively addressing the true underlying causes of the problem. And no, this is absolutely not something you are condemned to live with indefinitely. Myth number 3, a glass of wine or a beer relaxes me and helps me sleep. It can't be that bad. This myth is not only pervasive, but also particularly insidious and harmful to your sleep quality and nighttime bladder control. While it's true that alcohol might initially induce a feeling of drowsiness, making you believe it's aiding your sleep, the reality is far more detrimental. Alcohol actively sabotages your rest, especially concerning those dreaded bathroom trips. Firstly, alcohol is a potent diuretic, meaning it directly stimulates your kidneys to produce more urine. But worse, and this is crucial, it sharply suppresses the release of that vital anti-diuretic hormone, ADH, we spoke about earlier. So, when you consume alcohol, particularly in the hours leading up to bedtime, you are inadvertently creating a terrible two-pronged recipe for nocturia. First, you're introducing a significant amount of liquid into your system. And second, you're simultaneously switching off the body's natural brake mechanism that is designed to slow down urine production at night. It's the perfect storm for multiple nocturnal awakenings. Beyond its diuretic effects, alcohol profoundly disrupts the overall quality and architecture of your sleep, often causing you to wake up in the second half of the night, precisely when your bladder is also likely sending urgent signals due to the increased urine production. Therefore, one of the most immediate and profoundly effective changes you can make is to diligently avoid alcohol, especially in the crucial hours before you intend to go to bed. Now that you are fully aware of what doesn't work, And what, in fact, makes things worse, you have taken an enormous empowering step forward. You've cleared away the debris of misconceptions and are ready to build a lasting solution. Are you prepared for the strategy that genuinely works? The ASIM method, your blueprint for restful nights. Here lies the very heart of our discussion, the empowering revelation that has time and again gifted countless patients with the profound relief of truly restorative sleep. Forget the counterproductive notion of drink less. Our new transformative mantra is drink smarter. The ASIM method is a powerfully effective yet elegantly simple 5-step strategy designed to be easy to remember and integrate into your daily life. ASIM, an acronym, stands for Adjust, Soften, Stop, Integrate, and Manage. Let's meticulously walk through each step, and then, for a truly foolproof protocol, I will share 2 additional crucial keys that will further amplify your results. Step 1. Adjust your hydration. Embrace the morning surge. The foundational principle here is to front-load the vast majority of your daily liquid intake into the first half of the day. This strategic approach aligns perfectly with your body's natural rhythms, allowing your kidneys ample time to process fluids while you are most active and upright. The golden rule I impart to my patients is this: endeavor to consume a full 75% of your total daily liquid requirements before 4 p.m. But how exactly do you put this into practice? Begin your day powerfully. As soon as you wake up, before coffee or breakfast, kickstart your system with 1 or 2 generous glasses of water. This replenishes your body after a night without fluids and sets the stage for optimal daytime hydration. Throughout the morning, make it a habit to keep a water bottle consistently within arm's reach, taking steady, deliberate sips. Do not wait for the sensation of thirst to prompt you. Thirst is already a signal that your body is beginning to dehydrate. Accompany your lunch with another substantial glass of water. By conscientiously following this pattern, you are empowering your kidneys with the entire active day to process these liquids efficiently. You are working with your body's natural upright posture and daytime metabolism. By the time 4 p.m. rolls around, you will be optimally hydrated, feeling refreshed and energized, and crucially, your body will have had ample opportunity to process and eliminate most of that fluid. Now, and only now, can we thoughtfully begin to prepare for an undisturbed night. Step 2. Soften the transition, land gently towards evening. From 4 p.m. onwards, the goal is not to abruptly cease all water intake, which can be jarring and lead to dehydration later. Instead, we enter what I call the landing phase. During this time, from late afternoon until dinner, you should significantly reduce the volume of your sips. If you feel a genuine, undeniable thirst, a small half glass of water is permissible, but avoid large gulps or full glasses. Dinner becomes a particularly critical meal in this strategy. Aim to consume your evening meal at least 3 hours before your intended bedtime, and during dinner itself, be exceptionally mindful of your liquid intake. Drink only enough to comfortably help you swallow your food. A few small sips are perfectly acceptable and even recommended. However, a full glass of water or even multiple glasses with dinner is an absolute no. This gradual, gentle reduction in fluid intake signals to your body that it's time to progressively slow down its urine production, preparing it for the long hours of sleep ahead without sudden shock. Step 3. Stop in time. The sacred zone of no liquids. This particular step is perhaps the most stringent, yet undeniably the most crucial component of the entire ASIM method. It requires discipline, but the rewards are profound. You must establish and rigorously adhere to a sacred zone, a period of 2 hours immediately preceding your bedtime, during which you consume absolutely no liquids whatsoever. If, for instance, you plan to be in bed and ready for sleep by 10 p.m., your very last drop of liquid for the day must be consumed by 8 p.m. There are to be no exceptions to this rule. This inviolable 2-hour window is the essential time your kidneys require to perform their final filtering tasks and effectively send that last batch of urine to your bladder before you attempt to fall asleep. If you drink within this critical 2-hour period, it is almost a certainty that your kidneys will still be actively working overtime, processing that liquid precisely when you lay your head on the pillow. This invariably sets you up for that unwelcome groggy bathroom trip at 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. If your mouth feels genuinely dry during this sacred zone, you may rinse it with water without swallowing or take an absolute tiny sip, just enough to moisten, but under no circumstances a glass. This rule is truly sacred. Embrace it and watch your nights transform. Step 4. Integrate electrolytes, improve absorption. This is a little trick, a smart, physiological hack designed to help your body utilize the water you drink much more efficiently. True hydration isn't solely about the sheer volume of water you consume. It's crucially about getting that water effectively absorbed and delivered to your cells where it's needed most. Electrolytes play a vital, often underestimated role in this absorption process. The underlying idea is elegantly simple. In your very first glass of water in the morning, the one you use to kickstart your day, add just a pinch, literally a tiny pinch, of unrefined sea salt and a generous splash of fresh lemon juice. The unrefined sea salt provides essential sodium, a key electrolyte that plays a pivotal role in cellular water absorption. The lemon, in turn, adds beneficial potassium, another crucial electrolyte. This thoughtful addition can make your morning hydration significantly more effective, allowing your body to absorb and utilize water better throughout the day, which can in turn subtly reduce feelings of thirst in the afternoon and prevent the cycle of compensatory overdrinking later on. Step 5. Manage your dinner. Control the saboteurs. What you choose to eat for your evening meal is just as critically important as what you drink in influencing your nocturnal bladder activity. For your last meal of the day, it is highly advisable to consciously avoid certain saboteur foods that can irritate your bladder or increase urine production. Steer clear of overtly spicy or highly acidic foods which can act as direct bladder irritants. Be cautious with too much sugar or overly simple carbohydrates, as these can subtly increase urine production. Foods with a very high water content, such as soups, watermelon or cucumbers, while healthy, are best enjoyed earlier in the day rather than as part of your evening meal. Also remember that chocolate and caffeine are well-known bladder stimulants and diuretics, so consuming them in the evening is counterproductive. This means absolutely no coffee, tea, or carbonated sodas, especially those with caffeine after dinner. Instead, opt for a dinner that is rich in lean protein and cooked, non-cruciferous vegetables. This type of meal helps to keep your blood sugar levels stable throughout the night and doesn't unnecessarily overload your digestive or urinary system, creating a more peaceful internal environment for sleep. There you have it, the complete ASIM method. It's not magic, but rather applied science, thoughtfully designed to work in harmony with your body's natural processes. Elevating your sleep, advanced techniques for maximum impact. While the ASIM method forms the foundational engine that drives your journey to restorative sleep, these additional supporting techniques are akin to high-performance tires, meticulously designed to boost your results and ensure maximum efficiency. They are the crucial, yet often overlooked strategies that will significantly magnify the positive impact of the ASIM protocol, creating a truly comprehensive approach to reclaiming your nights. Supporting technique. 1. Double voiding. Ensure the tank is truly empty. Have you ever experienced that frustrating scenario where you make a dutiful trip to the bathroom right before bed, only to feel that persistent urge to urinate again a mere 20 minutes later? This common occurrence is almost always due to an incomplete emptying of your bladder. The double voiding technique is a deceptively simple yet remarkably powerful strategy to ensure your bladder is truly, thoroughly empty before you settle down for the night. Here's how you make it your new ritual. Right before you get into bed, go to the bathroom. Sit comfortably on the toilet. Yes, men, this applies to you too. Sitting helps to fully relax the pelvic floor muscles, which are critical for complete bladder emptying. Urinate as you normally would. Once you believe you are done, do not immediately get up. Instead, remain seated for about 30 to 60 seconds. Take a few slow, deep breaths and consciously relax your muscles. Then lean forward slightly, gently pressing your hands on your thighs, and try to urinate again. You will be genuinely surprised by how often a little more urine comes out. That seemingly insignificant little more can be the profound difference between peacefully sleeping through the entire night and being rudely awakened at 3:01 a.m. Make this a non-negotiable part of your nightly routine. Supporting technique. 2. The gravity elevator. Proactively manage fluid redistribution. Recall our earlier discussion about fluid redistribution, that annoying phenomenon where accumulated fluid in your legs returns to your bloodstream when you lie down, only to be processed by your kidneys and sent to your bladder while you sleep. We can cleverly get ahead of this process and turn gravity to our advantage. The solution is what I call the gravity elevator. Approximately 1 to 2 hours before you intend to go to bed, while you're engaged in a relaxing activity like reading a book, watching television, or simply winding down, make it a point to elevate your legs above the level of your heart. You can achieve this by propping them up on several pillows on the couch or in bed, or by using a recliner. This simple act leverages gravity to gently encourage that accumulated fluid to return to your central circulation before you even lie down for the night. Your kidneys will then have the opportunity to process this fluid while you are still awake and active, allowing you to eliminate it with your final double voiding trip to the bathroom. You are, in essence, proactively milking your legs of excess fluid so that they don't unwittingly do it to your bladder while you're trying to sleep. As an additional preventative measure, wearing compression socks during the day can also significantly help in preventing fluid buildup in your lower extremities in the first place. Supporting technique. 3. Salt shaker control, a hidden culprit in your diet. While we recommend a tiny pinch of unrefined sea salt as part of an effective morning hydration strategy, an excessive amount of salt in your overall daily diet is nothing short of a disaster when it comes to managing nocturia. Here's why. When you consume too much sodium, your body instinctively responds by retaining water in an attempt to dilute the excess salt. This often leaves you feeling perpetually thirstier, prompting you to drink more fluids than necessary throughout the day, which then contributes to your bladder load. Moreover, your kidneys are then forced to work double time to eliminate this excess salt from your system, and they require water to do so, water that ultimately gets converted into urine. Be diligent in checking the labels of processed foods, common deli meats, and many ready-made meals. These items are often surprisingly laden with hidden sodium. Cultivating the habit of cooking more meals at home provides you with invaluable control over your salt intake. This mindful reduction of dietary salt doesn't just offer profound benefits for your bladder and the mitigation of nocturia. It also plays a crucial role in maintaining healthy blood pressure levels and promoting overall cardiovascular well-being. By integrating these powerful supporting techniques with the ASIM method, you are building an unshakable fortress around your sleep, protecting it from nocturnal interruptions and paving the way for truly restorative rest. A new dawn, reclaiming your life, one undisturbed night at a time. We have journeyed together, unmasking nocturia not merely as an irritating annoyance, but as an insidious life thief, a pervasive challenge that silently erodes your health, happiness, and vitality. We've systematically debunked the persistent myths and common misconceptions that have kept countless individuals needlessly trapped in a cycle of interrupted sleep and relentless exhaustion. And now I have equipped you with the profound keys to unlock your freedom, the transformative ASIM method and its powerful array of supporting techniques. This isn't theoretical knowledge. It's a practical, actionable blueprint for change, grounded in sound medical science and proven through countless real-life transformations. I vividly recall the triumphant phone call from my patient, Michael, the devoted model shipbuilder. After meticulously applying this protocol for just 2 weeks, his voice, once weary and defeated, now resonated with a vibrant strength and renewed hope that brought a genuine smile to my face. "Doctor," he exclaimed, "last night I slept 7 hours straight. 7. I honestly didn't even remember what that kind of uninterrupted rest felt like. This morning, my hands weren't shaking for the first time in years. I'm back in my workshop, my passion rekindled. I'm not just sleeping more, I feel alive again." Michael's incredible transformation isn't an isolated incident. It's a powerful testament to what is profoundly possible. That same level of profound change, that rediscovery of vitality and peaceful slumber is within your grasp, ready to begin tonight. Reclaiming your sleep, and by extension, reclaiming your life, is not some unattainable dream. It is a very real, tangible decision, a deliberate choice to apply the powerful, actionable knowledge you have now acquired. Let's consolidate your personal action plan. Adjust your hydration. Make the conscious choice to front-load the majority of your liquid intake, ensuring that 75% of your daily fluids are consumed before 4 p.m., giving your body ample time to process them efficiently during your active hours. Soften and stop. Implement the gradual reduction of fluids in the late afternoon, gently guiding your body towards night. Most critically, rigorously respect the sacred zone, a non-negotiable 2-hour window before bed with absolutely no liquid intake. Support your body. Empower your results with proven techniques. Make double voiding your nightly ritual to ensure a completely empty bladder. Utilize the gravity elevator to manage fluid redistribution from your legs before sleep. And take diligent control of your salt intake, understanding its profound impact on your body's water balance. You now possess the knowledge. You have been given the precise tools, the inherent power to fundamentally change your nights. To usher in an era of profound, restorative sleep is no longer an elusive concept. It is firmly within your own hands. This isn't just about feeling less tired. It's about reigniting your spark, sharpening your mind, protecting your health, and rediscovering the joy and energy that chronic fatigue has stolen from you. If this invaluable information has added profound value to your understanding and ignited a spark of hope, I humbly ask for 3 simple yet meaningful things. First, please take a moment to hit the like button, allowing this vital message to reach even more people who are silently suffering and desperately need this life-changing guidance. Second, I encourage you to subscribe, ensuring you don't miss out on other potent, life-altering health tips that can further empower your well-being journey. And third, and this holds a very special significance for me, please go to the comment section right now and courageously share your number. How many times do you currently get up at night? There is absolutely no shame here, only a supportive, understanding community of individuals who grasp precisely what you are navigating. By writing down your number, you are not just taking a powerful first step towards personal transformation. You are also extending a hand of solidarity, helping countless others realize they are unequivocally not alone in this often private struggle. Thank you for your precious time and your trust in me. Now go forth and consciously prepare for what could very well be the best, most deeply restorative night's sleep you have experienced in years. You absolutely deserve it.